Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann, and yeah, it's June. So there's a whole number of contracts to do. Surprisingly, there are a ton of weeding contracts and spraying contracts, none of which I'm going to do. I'm set up for a bunch of silage contracts and a couple of fertilizing contracts. The Big M is already out in the field doing its thing, and I'm just getting ready with Massey Ferguson. And get out, get in, refill. And reverse. So, what's happening today? Really, we're just pottering around, filling out the time. The silage will be ready to sell later today. Something I didn't check. Let's go and check that right now. So we have grass silage, which is right there, and price fluctuations. It's June, it's horrible. 248. July, August, it's just getting worse. September's the first uptick, but we'll have a new batch of silage then. So I'm thinking 248 is the worst it's going to get. Current prices, it's a little bit above that. Bales market 256. So that's what we might end up doing, maybe later in the stream or maybe off stream. I haven't played any Farming Simulator since last week, so we are literally where I left off last time. Mower's going to be about 10 minutes getting done. I'm going to manually do the fertilizing. There's 2 contracts right up in the top right hand corner of the map. May pick some more on the way back down, but for right now I've picked up 4 baling contracts, so they are what they are. So what is today? Today is the 18th of May, and I had my medical procedure last week on Tuesday. So it was still a struggle on Wednesday, but by Wednesday night my hip was no pain. It's a little bit weak. I do have the odd muscle just gives out on me. But for the most part, I am walking without a cane. I am just no aid at all for walking. So I'm now walking relatively well. And so big success on the medical front. I am incredibly happy about that. Okay, how do we get in? I'm guessing we get in from this yard here. Yes. Although my back is still a little bit sore, which is not surprising because they put me to sleep and then stabbed me with needles. And that's kind of the pain it feels. Yeah, it's sort of post injection kind of feeling back there. Now that's fine and wonderful, but obviously since they were bigger than injection needles, it's still a little bit sore. So I have to rest my back every so often just to take the weight off it and let it rest. In other news, I got the last of the main benchwork assembled last night, and we went to the store and bought some plywood. Plywood's not particularly good quality, but since I'm doing plywood with insulation board surface, the insulation board will give me a smooth finish for laying track on. The plywood gives me a strong base. So yeah, now I've got to, I probably need to build a couple of jigs to set cutting width and also stuff like that. But I might actually get started on some of that this afternoon, since yeah, the benches are done. Yay! That's, what is it? I think it's 24. It's about 26 foot long, in 6 foot chunks. So what's that? 4 benches on 2 sides of the middle of the what do you call it? The middle of the basement. We also ended up, our security system, batteries needed recharging on the exterior cameras. And so we did place an order for a spare battery so we can have the cameras up all of the time and just recharge a battery when it gets low. We also bought and installed an electronic lock. So that's kind of awesome. Oh, since last week, I did claim the last fertilization contract we did last week. Apparently I hadn't got paid for that, so that's why maybe, possibly, we've got a little bit more money than we had at the end of the stream last week. So Big M's got about 2 minutes to run. And I'm going to do our usual trick. Once the Big M's complete, we'll copy the courseplay course over to the New Holland, the blue tractor, and start that baling while we move the Big M onto the second field. Reason I'm doing at least the first field is it's the one I kind of want to buy, so I try and keep that one cut frequently, so if we get the money to buy it, I can immediately get into it and do what needs to be done before it's fully grown again. Problem I've had in the past is if the grass is fully grown, the only option is to cut it, and it's going to wreck your environmental score if you don't do something about it immediately. So basically where we want to be is selling our silage with our current environmental score before we go and do the second one. Before we buy anything and wreck it. And because it's a grass field, we're going to be cutting it within 3 months. So we'll be able to have it cut and improved before we do any more crop sales with a bad environmental score, potentially. Okay, looks like the mower finished. What else has been going on? Tom Pemberton's putting a roof on his silage pits, although he's not ready to show us the video on that. So if you see any big metal beams or whatever on the farm, just ignore them. Okay, I think what I should do... Oh, contract is finished. Wow. But there's so much left to do. Okay. Let me jump over here. That one's lower. And then that one. Let's cut the edge. So as per usual, I'm going to do a little bit of shenanigans here. Smooth off the corners. We're going to have to do the same thing with the baler, of course. When that finishes. That's close enough. Now the rest of the fields are well to the south of us, the yard down the bottom where we normally do a lot of grass contracts. I'll relocate down there as soon as I'm done. Well, we'll set the baler off first, I think. And I did remember to check that the conditioner was switched on this time. Although I must admit, I think there was a recent mod change that resulted in the conditioner stays in the last state you had it. Okay, you're good. We'll stop. We'll fold you up, and we will. That should be copy. Yes. That should be paste, and that should be start the engine. I believe it does all of the unfolding normally, so I should just be able to come to here say go. Yes. And off it goes. Good. So now we can kill the course. There isn't an exit there, but I'm going to run across my field. Since it's my equipment, my field. Probably going to have to look up on the map to see where I need to go next. Okay, let's do that. That I am here. So just keep turning left when I can. Seems like a good plan. Let's go. Close that off.
We might be able to build the trampoline. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so I can't think of anything else that's been happening. Obviously, I had the usual 30 emails while I wasn't here. Surprisingly, no help desk tickets assigned on Tuesday. Although I did get a direct call, which all calls should go through the help desk, but I got a direct call from someone whose glasses had broken and they wanted to make an appointment to get their glasses fixed. I'm not sure the help desk does anything about that, so yes, strange phone calls. That was a call. She called 6 times on Wednesday, left 2 voicemails. The last one was, I don't know how I'm supposed to get an appointment if you won't pick up the phone. So, well, yeah. Sorry, not in the office, also not my job. I'm a computer programmer, not a technician. Alrighty, here we are. And of course, let's generate the usual. Do the that and do the that. Okay, this one is going to take, doesn't know yet. Okay, that's 11 minutes. The baler is 17 minutes. Obviously not going to do anything with the mower until I can move the baler over to that field. Guys, I need to copy the course, so if I can't copy the course, I can't clear it to let the mower move on. Okay, that. I'm not 100% sure on not completing these contracts. I have noticed in some situations when I come back to the field that the where I didn't spray isn't fertilized, and we get very poor yield on it if I buy this field pre-harvest. Not that I want to do that too frequently. Also, this field's far enough away from the yard. I'm kind of not worried about coming to this field and buying it. We've picked up a lot of fields around the farm. So really the ones I'm probably looking at, the ones behind the the store over wherever, over there opposite the BGA. Just slowly expand the field that way. Hey, Cutty C, welcome to the stream and good morning on this bright Saturday. So local weather, we're supposed to be getting bright sunlight all day. And temperatures up to 80 degrees, which means I'm kind of not so excited about going outside if I don't have to. I'm a winter baby, I like coldness. So 80 degrees sunshine, especially with this, even a little bit of humidity, I'm just not comfortable. I can't think of really not much has been going on this week because I've been convalescing from my oh, there we go, contract on field. Oh. Yeah, as I said, I've been convalescing most of this week, so I've actually been sat in front of the TV watching whatever I can find. How am I doing here? Okay, we've still got 2/3 of a tank. So that contract is done. Yay, yay, yay. There we go. We'll remember to get paid this time. So I've got field 10 to do. Also, didn't check. I think we checked the store fairly recently. That's kind of the size of tractor I like. I don't need one at the moment, but also that's got 39 months on it, so kind of skip that. That one, only 18 and much bigger engine. And oh, hello. Is that this? That's the big one again. I think that's the one we already have. Owned one. Yes, that's the one we already have. Nice harvester. Okay, how do I get out of here? Over there. I like doing fertilization contracts because they're fairly quick, fairly easy. I mean, your tractor doesn't go very fast. Oops. But you do have a good working width, so it's not like it takes long to get the thing done. Things like cultivating contracts and seeding contracts can take a while because your equipment's not necessarily as big unless you have a huge tractor. Is 22 different? Okay, there's been progressive differences each release. First game I played was Farm Sim 17. Farm Sim 19 introduced weeds. Farm Sim 22, we've still got the weeds. Ploughing brings up rocks, so you need a rock picker. Or you can turn it off. That's the thing, you can turn off weeds, you can turn off rocks. It also has some semblance of seasons, which is what I'm playing. So we're currently in June, and there is a crop planting calendar right there. We can plant olives in June, and poplar and grass and oilseed radish. come July, the main canola, wheat, barley, oats may be able to be harvested. Come if you don't harvest your canola by the end of August, it will wither and die. September is the same deal for the others, and then you've got the late season crops to harvest. So it makes the game a little bit more, what would you call it? A little bit more structured. As opposed to, with the base game, I find that what you're really trying to do is make as much money as you can. Oops, what happened there? And so you need, you're trying to plough a field, plant a field, harvest a field in the shortest time possible. With seasons, it's not such a rush, except it's not such a rush except when it is. So, for example, did turn that on? Yes. I've got nothing to do in my fields because I've planted them all. They're all sitting there growing. They've all been fertilized, etc., etc. So I don't have to actually do anything about them. However, once we get to September, if it rains, no, seasons is actually included. If it rains during my harvesting season, then I may be scuppered in that I can't get the crop harvested because there's too much weather. And you'll note up here I'm playing on a ×3 basis, so the time passes faster. Something is blocked. Oh, indeed. Off it goes again. Oh, that was the tractor I was in. Yes, I have, what was it, the Logitech G20